Bel Air Season 2 just finished on Peacock, and I finally got a chance to finish the last two episodes I was watching of the season. I did review the first season on my main channel, Chan's Movie Vlog channel, but I don't think my audience really cares about my thoughts on Season 2, but I still want to talk about it, so I thought I'd just throw it onto this check-in channel. Also, I've been trying to review more TV shows on this channel because I like watching TV shows too. Don't get a lot of chance to talk about because I'm always covering movies on that channel. That's why I talk about comics and more TV shows and other random movies that I don't really get to talk about because of the way my channel is. Anyways, let's talk about it. I really enjoy this show because it's such an interesting take on the Bel Air show. Because if you really think about it, you listen to that theme song, and it's a goofy sitcom that was fun with Will Smith in the 90s. But really, if you listen to that theme song, started making trouble in my neighborhood, and my mom got scared. Like gun violence, things like that. And so they're able to take this show and turn it into a drama. And that's really smart when you think about it, because when I first heard about this show, I was like, what? They turned Bel Air into a drama? I was like, okay. And then I was just kind of, I just turned 18 at the time when the first season came out. And I started signing up for streaming services for myself, like the ones my family and I didn't already share accounts for. So I decided to check out Bel Air, and I sat down, watched it in the first season of this show, and I surprisingly really liked it because it was really honestly a smart idea to turn this into a drama. There's stuff there in the first place. The episodes of the original Fresh Prince of Bel Air were already had enough drama weight to them and heft that you could turn some of those episodes and make them serious plot points, and they do that, and they do things differently, change characters around. It does take some getting used to if you're really used to the way that show used to be, but this season remains no different. I do think at times the show can be a little cringe in some of its messaging or whatever. You got you got the daughter in this show who's like, why didn't we learn about this in school? Well, it's like, not every piece of history you learn about in school. That's why we need to be educated for ourselves. I'm like, yeah, it's important for black kids to understand that they need to be educated on, their own history and their culture, considering how much of our school system does erase black history and things like that from school books and things like that. Cool. Not saying that's not a thing, right? But just that felt a little forced and heavy-handed, right? Just the way they went about it, the way it was written. Not a bad message, but just the way it was played out through the show was a little forced and heavy-handed. And I did appreciate the message, but just because I appreciate a message doesn't mean that you could have written it better and have been put together better. I thought the show, however, though, was pretty solid throughout most of it and was able to balance the drama really well. And I do think that if you were hesitant about watching this show, both seasons of the show are pretty good. There's a little bit of weak writing, and I think a lot of that weak writing, I think why it bothers me so much, is this show is not made for children. It's I believe it's rated M for mature. This is for adults. Some of the I'm not saying teenagers can't watch it. I really don't think anything in this show would harm a teenager if they watched it, but it is clearly aimed at more of a adult skewing audience, and that kind of messaging, while it's fine, just needs to be written better because you're not appealing to freaking kids. So